This is Noteworthy, a podcast brought to you by the Westford Academy Ghostwriter. We feature impressive musicians from all different grades, exploring their talents and motivations.
In this episode of Noteworthy, we'll be featuring Michael Colavita, a band student at Westford Academy. I had the pleasure of speaking to Michael in a place he calls home at Westford Academy, the band area. We spoke on a variety of topics, including his passion, his teachers, and his motivation. First, I want to just talk about just to tell me a little bit about like what you do for music and that kind of thing, and we can kind of go from there.
Yeah, so I've been doing the concert band for the past 4 years. I've been doing marching band too. I'm trombone in the jazz band. And I've done the paid orchestra for some of the musical productions.
Cool.
The past 2 years.
Tell me a little bit about your childhood with music. Did you kind of grow up like listening to music? Did your parents play? What kind of childhood with music did you grow up with?
I always enjoyed a lot of classic rock and stuff like that. I actually didn't start playing until 5th grade, but that's when I kind of got into it.
Yeah. What was your motivation, you think? Is that kind of the same thing? Or?
Yeah, no, I knew some of my cousins had played. I knew a lot of my older friends had played in bands and really enjoyed it, so I thought I'd give it a try. Trombone kind of looked cool, so.
Let's see. Do you have any teachers who inspired you to kind of move into that, or you think it was kind of your own decision?
Starting band, I think it was my own decision, but moving on, I think one of the big factors in continuing in high school was Mr. Arsenal and getting to work with him.
What about him that kind of inspired you or led you to keep going?
Oh, he's a great band director. He makes it a lot of fun for everyone involved, and it really feels like we're working together and accomplishing something, and I've learned a lot in his class.
Do you want to tell me about maybe a first experience with music, I think? Something you remember that something really memorable, one of your first memorable experiences?
I remember back in 5th grade, the end of year concert, you could sign up for solos to perform little things to do at the end of the concert, and I signed up for the Flintstones theme song. So I just remember back to 5th grade sitting in my room for hours and hours just playing the Flintstones theme song over and over and over again. And it was just like a little 16-bar riff for it, but I don't know. It was one of the first times I'd really worked super focused on one piece. And the concert went well, and it was just a fun experience. Kind of interesting to look back on that after so long.
Mm-hmm. Can you think about any other best performances?
I've always loved a lot of the marching band performances, so I'm a drum major with the marching band, and it's just become a big part of how I spend my time in the fall. And the marching band performances when we go to Micah, and the concert band performances when we go to Micah, especially last year. Last year we had a really good Micah performance, and I feel like the lead up to that and all we worked for really paid off, and that was a great experience for everyone. At the end we got to play at Mechanics Hall, and I don't think that's something any of us will ever forget.
Why did you kind of stick with music? I know we talked a little bit about inspiration, but just maybe tell me a little about what led you to stick with it, I guess.
So personally, I try to do a pretty difficult academic course load. There's a lot of academic classes that I take, but I've always felt like music is something different that I'm really interested in. It's always been a lot of fun for me to be in band. I've met tons of people, made tons of friends. It's always been a really enjoyable experience. It's a good way to get another type of education. It's not just purely academic. You really do learn a lot of different things, meet a lot of different people, and approach situations in a very different light. All the bands that are at the high school are a lot of fun to be a part of, and it's just something I never really wanted to let go of. I've made an effort to incorporate it into my schedule however I could.
Any other non-band music, just favorite bands in general?
I like a lot of older groups like Pink Floyd and the Beatles. I really like. They'd probably be my favorites.
What is your favorite song to play? And that could be, something, that you can play or that you play on your own, listening to it or whatever.
Yeah. I have to say the most fun song to play is probably In the Mood. We play it every year in jazz band for the dinner dance. It's just really, really fun jazz chart, and everyone has a lot of fun playing it. Trombones do all these funny little things in the middle of it, and we all have a great time. That's brilliant.
And do you hope to do this in the future as a career, or do you know what you want to do with that?
Probably not as a career, but I think I'm definitely going to try to keep music as a big part of my life. So I'm definitely going to continue into college, probably something I continue even further on as a hobby. Not something I really want to make a career, but it's definitely something that I want to keep a big part of my life.
Any thoughts for career, future, that kind of thing?
Probably going into some sort of computer science.
In hopes to hear this passion in action, I asked Michael to record music that he enjoyed playing. He gave me this selection. Enjoy. Michael is a glowing example of a student who balances heavy coursework with an outside activity that demands practice and effort. He is a model student, and Westford Academy students should take note. You've been listening to Noteworthy, presented by the WA Ghostwriter.